Good morning, family. Hey, Arias. Morning. Morning, morning, morning. I am on my way to work. We have a training this morning, so I get to leave a little late. Um, for all my replay gang, anybody that regularly comes in, please click that like button, share me out, and subscribe. Trying to grow right along with my fellow content creators. You know, title of the live today, honey, is Decepticons. Um, Decepticons is not a term that I coined. It's a term that I heard when I used to support, and actually still do support some content creators out of the beef sector. It's just that certain places I go on YouTube, I'm a cloud writer, which means I watch from the clouds. I support from the clouds. Um, and I don't really drop down as much as I used to anymore or participate in conversations or nothing like that because really, with my schedule change, with my job, also with a lot of things that was going on in that part of YouTube, I just was just like, yeah, I'm not down with some of this. So, you know, I moved around, but I still supported certain content creators from out that part of YouTube. And I just like Decepticons, I heard it first there. Um, and I've heard other people use it since then, but it always stuck to me because I was thinking to myself, as a kid, and I'm telling my age, which I don't care. I've already told y'all I'm 44 years old. You know what I'm saying? Um, and when I was younger, we used to watch on TV. When TV was actually watched. Like I remember when we used to have to beg to watch TV. I'm telling you, because my mama, my grandma, my family, they were so quick to go say, "Get your butt out there in that yard and go play. Go play. Get get your butt in front of that TV." So they didn't let us sit in front of the TV. I let my kids at times, with the video games and stuff, and how other people let their kids sit in front of the TV today. So, I'm gonna be real. I've been guilty of doing that too. Hey, Simple Mills. I've been guilty of um I've been guilty of letting my kids sit in front of the TV and stuff like that maybe for too long and I'm right now, like, as we speak, I try to cap their time on social media because that's the biggest thing. I don't think a lot of people really watch TV like that anymore. Everything has went online. Everything has it has just, what I'm saying, it's changing, it's evolving in front of my eyes, and in front of your eyes, y'all, you guys eyes too, especially if you're older. um but getting out back on topic, I used to watch this cartoon, Transformers, along with my cousins, because my grandmother used to sit me and my other cousins, and we would sit down in front of the TV in the morning, Saturday mornings, because I don't know if y'all remember that, how Saturday morning we used to sit in front of the TV and they used to have a block of all our favorite cartoons that come on in the Saturday morning. So while grandma was fixing breakfast, all the cousins, we used to sit in front of the TV and watch, because really that was the only chance we really got to until the evening, because after that we were outside playing and running around and whoop the whoop, you know what I'm saying? So we used to watch the cartoon Transformers. It was a part of like a little block of cartoons that used to come on, like He-Man and, man, we see a lot of cartoons, Strawberry Shortcake, and all them cartoons. They just come on back to back. I don't know if anybody remember the Smurfs. The Smurfs used to come on, and Gummy Bears, and all those cartoons. So and Care Bears. So we used to watch all that stuff back to back. And I liked the Transformers and I liked the G.I. Joe because I was a tomboy. So I liked different kind of cartoons. So when I first heard the term used in the beef sector, Decepticons, I was like, what the hell? What the hell? But then it clicked to me. And basically what a Decepticon is, somebody that portrays themselves to be one way to you, but really in reality they are totally different. I'm talking about totally different. And time reveals everything when it comes to people like that, when it becomes to Decepticons. You see what I'm saying? Because you can only put up a facade for so long before you reveal and actually show who you really are. Hey, me and mine, welcome in. Time tells the tale, because I don't know anybody who can keep up false pretenses about who they genuinely are over a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? You usually get that's what they call the red flags, like when they show you um bits and pieces of what's to come when they actually get you where they want you. Because how Decepticons are, how deceivers move, is that they trick you into believing one thing, and once you're so deep into whatever they kind of fooled you into believing, that's when they just really unleash, because they feel comfortable, because they feel like they've got you latched in, you're attached. You know what I'm saying? You're not going anywhere. So then they proceed to, actually start showing who they are, because, you still are living within that deception. So it's because of my life, I've had to remove people that I have deemed to be Decepticons. And that's why a lot of the times I'll sit back and watch things before I interact or jump in. And the only time that I really haven't done that is when it's, let's say if a friend of mine brings someone around and they're like, oh, give them a chance, something like that, then I'll do that. But once I start seeing things, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the times I'll back off. Like once I start seeing them red flags, once I start seeing them move suspiciously funny, acting certain ways, treating other people certain ways, I usually either fade to black or move around. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's some other pretext or something else that actually keeps me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Or actually keeps me engaged with that person. So, at my workplace, I'm dealing with a Decepticon. In life, you deal with Decepticons because you deal with family members who are Decepticons. You know what I'm saying? Turn themselves to one way in front of, especially if it's a family member that they respect. And also who, um, sorry, I was looking to see if I knew that person to see if they needed any help, but I think they have somebody coming because they're on the phone. But family members can be just as deceitful, especially when it comes to, if you guys share like a grandparent or a sibling and stuff, or you have a sibling, let's say, who acts a certain way, but when they get around your parents and everybody else, or get around other people, they change up, and you're like, who the hell is this person? Girl, if you don't sit on your ass somewhere, you know what I'm saying? You look at them like, what the hell? That you not this way in real life, baby. I ain't got it to do. Don't not play with me like that. So, it's like you have to decide in life whether you are going to continue to enable those type of people, or just basically find a way to get them to exit out your life, or you just remove yourself from the equation. It's simple as that. Hey, Keisha. It's simple as that. Remove them from your space. Walk away, because, honey, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't, they will wreak havoc on your life and on anybody's life that is attached to yours. And that ain't nothing but the truth. So I've just learned to move around real quick. And I still, like I said, I'm human like everybody else. I've made mistakes, and I've, basically given people chances that didn't deserve chances. Do I regret it? Yeah. I mean, you're going to have regrets, but your heart is your heart. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the times I know that you don't judge a book by its cover. You open that book up and you read them pages. If you got to read the book all the way to the end, then that's what you do, so you can get the full picture of what you're dealing with. A lot of people don't have that kind of patience and time. They'll go ahead and just jump off whatever, believe whatever, take things, you know, like, believe rumors, not figure out things or investigate things or find out things for themselves. They just take people's word of mouth, and I've learned that that could be a dangerous thing to do that. So, um, I will open that book, despite how the cover looks. I will read the pages. And usually by the middle of the book, a lot of times people are so quick with it, they know by the first chapter where they need to like, nah, man, I don't think I'm gonna like this. I don't like the flow of it. I don't like the tone. I don't like the storyline. I don't like the setting. I don't like the situation already that's being laid out, set up that the book is gonna be about. I don't like its purpose. I don't like its premise. I don't like anything about this book. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people usually with enhanced discernment, because they already see it for what it is. Some of us gotta read the book all the way to the end. That's where I told y'all before, when your grandma said hard head make a soft ass, you know what I'm saying? They gotta read that book to the end before they get before they figure out this was a waste of my damn time. I should have read something else. And I've been both of those people, y'all. I've been the person to open up the book and read to the first chapter and be like, nah, I ain't got it to do. And then I'm that person that set my ass down because, I may have liked the way the story began. I may have liked some of the story in the middle. But when it started getting towards that end, I was like, I don't know about this damn book, honey. I don't know if I should keep reading this book. I don't. But you keep on reading it, and then your ass get bit. Then you're like, dog, that was a waste of time. That was a waste of my energy. That was a waste of everything. And when you get older, especially when you're like us, but you know what I'm saying, you don't want to waste your time like that on no more on nobody. Especially when you've spent most of your life dealing with people with toxic energy and stuff. And the fact of the matter is, I learned something else from a lady that I follow on TikTok. Her name is Diamond Rock. Please go and subscribe to her. And she also is starting a YouTube channel as well. Hey, bro, Anthony McNeil. Anthony, we gonna fight. I don't text you, I don't email you, but I know you a busy man, King. But shout out to Anthony McNeil. Hey, Tamika. I have, like I said about the Decepticons, honey. So it's like you just gotta gauge these people these days. And like I said, I don't try to get on my high horse and preach to anybody. I'm the first one to tell you, honey, I've engaged Decepticons. I don't engage booger wolves. I don't engage Decepticons, what I call booger wolves. I don't engage crumb snatchers. I don't engage narcissists on every level. Period. I don't engage a lot of different things. So, and I've made those mistakes because I'm only human. Humans gonna do that. And when you have a good heart, you know what I'm saying? You want to see the best in everyone. And when you have a good heart, you want to be able to support people in the place that they are. And to protect and love on them and support them in ways that they're not getting that support in their life. But the fact of the matter is when you have energy like that, you attract everything. Hey, Lisa J. Stocks, how you doing, Queen? Welcome. The fact of the matter is when you have people come into your space like that, they are attracted to that type of energy. They either do one or two things. They either are receptive to it or they abuse it. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that abuse people of that type of energy and mindset. I'm one of those people. And we just have to have the discernment to know how to turn those people away and how to walk away when we feel like that it is detrimental to our mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. Because remember, mental, the body is only as good as its head. So if your mental is messed up, your mental is just out of there because you keep on allowing other people or other things into your space that's being disruptive to that. You only have yourself to blame, and that's when accountability comes in. That's when you have to understand that um you know no one can do to you what you won't allow. So that's where setting the boundaries come into place. Sometimes you got to do with people you love, and that's okay. Because if they love you and you love them, they'll understand those boundaries that you're starting to set in place. If not, then you just have to do what's best for you, and that's it. That's it. So at the end of the day, we can't punish ourselves. Because I used to do that a lot. I used to, say it was one time I was having this real deep conversation with my sisters. Shout out to Unbothered Mimi. Um, I had another sister on the phone at the time, and me and her were really close friends. And I had went through a very traumatic situation that I had both of my sisters on the phone with me, and they were basically consoling me. You know what I'm saying? Talking to me and letting me talk. And because the situation that happened to me was so traumatic and affected not only myself but my children. And I carried that guilt because I was like, I allowed this person into my space. I allowed this person around my children. And now this bad thing has happened. And even though we had nothing to do with it, it is affecting myself. It's affecting my children. And when I say it was bad, y'all, it was bad. And I'm going to give y'all a story time about that real soon. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate you stopping through. But the fact of the matter is, the lesson that what I want to tell you about that situation is the question that I said, or what I said, because I was so heartbroken and I was just Lord have mercy, like I was praying that God would just take this from me. That's how bad it was. And I said to my sisters on the phone, I said, what is wrong with me that I keep on attracting these type of people? What is wrong with me that I keep on having people that's coming around me? All they do, I give them my heart, I give them my loyalty, I give them my respect, and they keep hurting me. They keep lying to me. Hey, oh, good morning, the House of Urban Mouse podcast. Appreciate you coming in. What am I doing as a woman? You know what I'm saying? As just a human being, why am I? These people keep on coming at me like this. Why are these people? Why am I not seeing these people for who they are? You know what I'm saying? And that hurt. That was a pain that I cannot describe to you, family. It's a pain, and it was haunting. It was haunting because a majority of my life, all I've ever did was support. And yeah, I made mistakes, but I've never been the type of person to intentionally hurt someone, abuse them mentally, physically, any type of way. I don't have it in me. My heart is like a caregiver's heart. You know what I'm saying? Service to the community. Worked as a CNA for years, 2 jobs, hospice. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much I cared for people. That's how much, when I was younger, I was raised the same way. I'm the oldest child in my family. I was responsible for a lot. I had a lot on my shoulders. You feel me? So just from coming from that experience, it's just I always had people to come around me that it's like all they did was inflict pain. And so when this last experience happened to me, I was like, what's wrong with me that they just keep on coming? And so that's where Diamond Rock came into play. And Diamond Rock came into play, and she said that when basically, just to give it gist, and I have her also on my channel as well. Um, and I'm gonna share that out to you guys so you can see. Diamond Rock said, and she basically put it that people with that kind of energy, people who are basically blessed and God has their hands on them, will always face that in their lives. They'll always face it, you know, and that when you come up against that kind of adversity, when you come up against that type of um those type of people, that's when you really got to hold steadfast on your path in life, because they're brought into your brought basically into that space around you to knock you off your game, to take you off the path that God is trying to lead you. So I hope someone get this message, because I know they don't thought that in their lives, like, what's wrong with me that I keep on having to deal with this type of situation, you know? And so I've had to, yeah, like I said, I'm not infallible. I still cuss because I'm real mamas. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I still make mistakes as a parent, you know. Because, you know what I'm saying, as a parent, you're never going to have it perfect. There's no perfect parent in this world. No perfect parent, except for the man above. He perfect. So other than that, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you have to beware of the Decepticons, and you have to make moves to take those people out your life so that you're able to progress further in your path. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say I appreciate you all for coming to my live and supporting me. Like I said, if you're a fellow content creator, shout out to all you in the chat. Please link up with each other. You know what I'm saying? Support one another in this YouTube journey, because it's a hard, long one for those who are actually walking the right path, for those who are actually trying to put out a message to change mentalities, to grow people's mindsets, to, just, learn. Because I don't know everything. I learned a lot of different things off this app at 44 years old from people like Simple Mills, you know what I'm saying? For people like, Young Ryaz and Tamika and Anthony McNeil, and I learned a lot. When I'm telling you, been held down and learned so much from my sister Unbothered Mimi. You feel what I'm saying? I do not pretend like I'm about to I do not pretend like I just know everything and that I cannot be taught anything. So, like I said, just support one another, love on one another, and just remember to protect your peace, protect your space. And real mamas, she got to go to work, so she gone.